All right, so you can take a seat or lie down, closing the eyes, opening the palms, and taking a few deep breaths. And then resting your awareness to the breath. And you may instantaneously see or feel or perceive energy. The more you allow everything to be, the more you get to experience this flow of life. And the more you accept and embrace yourself, the more you start to experience yourself as a part of this flow of life. And what accepting and embracing does, it allows for layers to fall off. And so there are simply layers falling off, additionals that we gathered throughout the course of our life, ways of identifying, ways of adapting, belief systems, structures, conscious and unconscious modeling of things. And the more we accept what's in place, embrace it, and just experience it, the more they start to fall off and return to pure energy, or they're being revealed as pure energy, maybe, is more accurate to say. Someone shared with me a video of an actor that passed away. And what he was sharing is that in his journey with cancer on a rather, let's say, relatively younger age, I believe he was not even 50, all the identification layers started to come off. He said, first I was an actor, and that wasn't so gratifying. Then I became someone's husband, and that was already more gratifying. Then I became a father, and that's a role that was very gratifying. But then as he got sick, he couldn't be a provider, he couldn't be a supportive husband, and he couldn't be a father as he was going through all the treatments. And then stripped away from all of these layers of identification, he sat with himself and he asked, then what am I? And the answer that came to him was someone that is worthy of God's love, simply because he exists. And when you look at that video and you look into that actor's eyes, you can see and you can feel that he didn't only hear it, but he knew it. And it was so moving to me because the sole purpose of me sitting here, the sole purpose of every stream, really is that one moment you will embrace this and experience this as the truth. That you are worthy of love simply because you exist. And it's not complete to say it like that. More complete would be to say, you are the love of God. And the only one that can let that truth in, whether you approach it as if something outside you is loving you or something within you that you already are is loving you, the point is that you start to feel that there is an unconditional, pure love for you, in you, as you. And I understand that when life happens, sometimes it can be hard. And I get that when life is trying to strip away the various masks and ways of coping and showing you where you are overly attached, in need, or surviving or struggling, I understand that that can be very challenging. But what is being uncovered and what the movement of life wishes to do is to reveal to you how incredibly much you are loved and how much you are one with that love and how much you are that love. Seeing to whatever degree you can start receiving that. Because we have been trying to protect ourselves. We've been trying to control reality. We've been trying to push back at life. And the walls we build haven't allowed us to receive this truth. So, of course, the reverse of that is that the walls must crumble. That actually there is a systematic disruption happening here, a demolishing happening. But it's only ever to get to the core truth of things. And the core truth of things is that you are worthy and you are this vibrational expression of pure love simply because you exist. Just take a breath and see if you can let that in. Because one day you will let it in, and when you let it in, tears will be flowing down your cheeks when you let it in, when you can actually feel it. That nothing that you think is a limitation, that nothing that you feel is a limitation, that nothing that you've done is a limitation, that your perceived missteps or your successes are all sameness in this vibrational expression. So, starting to feel into how your life would feel in every area if you would allow yourself to live from this truth. Starting to feel a flow of energy simply because it is there with you, in you, as you always. Starting to feel this wholeness, this place and space where nothing is missing, simply because it is in you, as you, always. And starting to connect to a warmth and a softness and a grace in the midst of life. And you know, sometimes when the walls are coming down, it can feel like all you can do is lie still and breathe and let something hold you. And I don't want to say advice, but maybe that's the only word. My advice is that if you feel like something is nibbling inside you, try to take a breath, not to go for the distraction, not to go for the sabotage, not to go for seeking something that gives your identity a boost. Be curious about what it would be like if you would then move towards that feeling and just be with it. There's this in my body or in my energy or in my experience, and it's highly uncomfortable, and I can just be with it. Because in being with it, in being with the small part, you are actually allowing yourself to connect to everything in a sustainable way and in a truthful way. Because everything that is sort of out of alignment and that is sort of an additional construct, someone that looks interesting or sounds interesting or has these skills or needs to be all these different versions of themselves in different places, that's all built on trying to out success, outsmart this small part. It's a compromising for this small part. The soul is the infinite equality. And I feel that in being with that which you have not been willing to see and that which you build this interesting identity around, you're actually starting to move into freedom. So maybe freedom isn't this exciting outward presentation that has the money, the job, the children, the success, the ability to travel and all of that stuff. Maybe freedom is really found when you can be with that which feels tender. And when you can receive in the middle of the presence of those parts. Because it's easy to receive in the middle of all the other things, right? But can we, when life is taking away the foundation underneath our feet, through whatever means, there are many means through which life can do that. Illness is one of them. Losing a loved one is the other. Watching people that you care for deeply struggle with mental illness is yet another. All of a sudden not having a home, needing to relocate, or financial things is another. Heartbreak is another, okay? But when that happens, can we then be with what is coming up inside us? Can we then not reach for the next thing to fuel our created sense of self through? Because if we are really honest, most of the things that people are engaging in and that maybe we have historically been engaging in has felt elevated to our created sense of self. Now, an elevated, created sense of self feels lovely, but it's not sustainable peace. It's not sustainable love. It's not the place and space of infinite receiving and the place and space of infinite power. Because that which temporarily makes the created sense of self happy can be taken away in a finger snip. And then what? Or will lose its appeal the moment you have it. More often than not, on the level of the created self, it goes like that. If only I will XYZ, then I will be fulfilled. And then XYZ comes into being, and there's a glimpse of fulfillment, and it's gone in a finger snip. Because the nature of the created self is lack, is needing, is attaching, is next. The destiny for the created self will always lie in the future because it's not based on a foundation of truth. It's based on a foundation of pain. So then freedom is the ability to be with that pain and to receive there. And then that's also the end of the power that the created self has over you. Of course, you're still a unique, beautiful creation. But there is no heightened edge around it. It's free. It's just a unique form that the light expresses through. So maybe the gem isn't outward where we've been looking, where we can never find it. Maybe the gem is in the very thing that we've been trying to avoid. So starting to look inside and just feeling in your body whatever wants to show itself, representing that place of pain or that small place. And at first, maybe when you look into it or feel into it, you will see darkness or an image that you don't like, or a stinging feeling or a thick, dense feeling. But I want you to just see yourself, look at that thing, that image, that feeling. And by you looking at it, I want you to reveal the gem inside. Starting to see that within that place and space, within that image or within that energetic dense place, or however it shows within the heightened emotionality, there is this gem, this brilliant, beautiful stone or shape or energy hub, something representing the diamond, the crystal. And as you recognize that which you've been so afraid of, or as you recognize that which you've been so trying to run away from, as the gem, as the diamond, as the crystal, as the pearl, your relationship with it starts to shift. Starting to see that all the ways in which you have avoided this place start to loosen its grip. So this means everything that is self-sabotaging starts to loosen its grip. This means everywhere where you have been overdoing starts to loosen its grip. There is no overdoing in alignment. There's just alignment and alignment. So all the stress and all the additionals are starting to crumble. Also, your overly needy parts that want to take care of others start to loosen its grip here. Everything starts to harmonize and neutralize. There's no overdoing, there's no overgiving, there is no overacting. It starts to deflate, just seeing by looking at that place and revealing the gem that it actually is. It's almost like the created self starts to deflate, starts to hollow out, because it's no longer needed. And everything that you feel is not working in your life isn't working because it wasn't built on a foundation of truth. It was built on a foundation of trying to be better than the thing that hurts. And this is why it's so powerful to be with the thing that hurts. And this is why it's so appealing to just free the energies that are residing within you. Because in the end of the day, what opens up is the experience of soul inside you. And the experience of soul can be just a brightness, a lightness, an aliveness, an emptiness that isn't scary but beautiful, a spaciousness, a warmth. And the funny thing is that then it doesn't really matter where you find yourself. You don't need to be in an exotic country. You can walk in your country in the middle of the rain, through the wind, and be one with the soul. And find yourself not wishing you were somewhere else, but simply full and overflowing where you are. I don't know, but to me that sounds very powerful, right? So you can wonder, who is more fulfilled? The one that has all the success in the world, that feels stressed and overwhelmed and moved away from a real feeling of calm and joy in their hearts because they are building their career on a platform of pain? Or the one that is walking to the grocery store, doing the mundane and feeling the magic of life? Is it the one walking in the rain, in the dark, or the one that is in the tropics? The answer is it doesn't matter who it is. It matters what the person that is in that location feels within themselves. So you can be miserable in your home country and miserable abroad. You can be happy in your home country and happy abroad. So what we are uncovering here is a sustainable aliveness, a sustainable calm, a sustainable foundation. And it all comes back to what that actor was saying. And that is that you are someone worthy of the love of creation, and you are the love of creation. And there's nothing you can do to change that. And the way to reveal that is by seeing the gem in the things that are the rougher edges of life. Because it is there where you unwind everything. And it's there where all the ways in which you compromised starts to lose its power, lose its grip. The created self starts to deflate, and the infinite self starts to emerge. So letting that land, maybe for the first time ever, that the infinite power lies in the alchemizing of the smaller bits, the perception of the pain, the perception of the survival. There is the gem. There is where everything shifts, and there is where your life starts to work itself out. It's not by pushing through, striving, attaining, stressing. Nothing. At some point, I started to say to creation, I want nothing if I don't first have myself. I want nothing if I don't first have my soul. And please take away everything that is in the way of me being free. And it's a statement of courage because life will do it, you know. Life will do it. It will start to take away what's in the way. It will start to show you that the old ways of being aren't sustainable. And it will support you, recognizing for yourself in this moment all the ways in which life has supported you like that. And seeing if you can have the courage to go all the way with it, to really go through this vibrational reset. To really start to see that if I want to live as the soul that I am consciously and embody it, I have to start leaning into that which I've been running away from and revealing the gem, revealing the crystal, revealing the pearl, revealing the light. And it's almost like you can see this image of this dark place, of this pearl or this gem opening up from within as you're looking at it with your awareness and seeing all these strings to all these ways where your created self was supported. And then seeing it deflate, seeing it lose its power. And that's what's happening. As it's deflating, allowing yourself now to feel the emergence of the pure energy that is the truth of you, the pure love that is the truth of you. This infinite spacious calm that is your birthright. And allowing your body to be informed by that. You are light, cells, act accordingly. Twinkle, twinkle. You are light, mind, act accordingly. Twinkle, twinkle. You are light, emotions, feelings. Move through me and return to the light. Alchemize into the light, shift into the light. Starting to feel that energy emanate out of your skin. Everything now acting accordingly, in alignment with the gem that you are. In alignment with this wholeness that you are, in alignment with the God that you are, the pure love that you are. stepping into this sustainable platform, stepping into life as essence. And again, life as essence isn't boring. It allows you to fully be in the experience of your individual journey. But now, one with bliss, with ease, with grace, with love, no matter what. Allowing that to ripple out, that infinite ocean that you are a part of, that soul is. And as it's rippling out, let's also see that we can find this feeling of oneness in soul. So maybe it's not my soul and your soul and the other person's soul. Maybe it's one soul, maybe it's one expression, maybe it's one vibration. Feeling it everywhere, feeling it in your neighborhood, your city, your village, your country, your continent, the globe. And as you are looking to this globe and seeing all the billions of humans walking around, you see what they held, you see what they present. But now, as you're looking upon this earth, what they held starts to be revealed as this diamond, this pearl, this gem. And you start to see every human being in the planet deflate their false sense of self, their created sense of self, and shift into harmony with the essence that we all share. And from now on, this is how you will experience them, even if they don't experience themselves this way. Holding the potential of humanity in your heart, in your body, in your experience, in your awareness, and being that potential. For it's your destiny to be that. Taking a breath. And then on the exhale, start moving down through the layers of the earth, spotting your continent, your country, city, village, street, neighborhood, your house, your room, your body, and letting all of that energy move through your crown, through your body, into the pelvis, into the earth. Seeing it really anchor deep into the earth. And being there, on this earth, not in an elevated realm, but in an embodied way, connected to the essence we all share and living from the essence we all share. And today knowing that the gem is in the little part and that the soul is revealed from within the little part and that all the additionals deflate as a result of that. And then what's left is the oneness, the light, the love, the presence, the perfectly unfolding journey that you've always been on, and the ability to actually enjoy it with a smile on your face. Yay. Can open your eyes, keeping the gaze soft, slowly bringing your awareness all the way back. Thank you.